This video, I'm going to be breaking down double mug post patch, and this is in the Vikings playbook. The play we're going to be using is mid blitz, and you don't have to have any specific coaching adjustments. What makes this defense really good, in my opinion, is the send four is really good right now. So the way that you're going to send four out of this is, I personally believe it's best if you put a safety over the center. The more people you can put over the center, the better the send four is going to be, in my opinion. So what I like to do is I'll press. I'll play some kind of man press type deal, and we'll just take one of these linebackers and man them up on the running back. The other one will man up on the tight end, and then we'll put an inside quarter over the top of the bunch, or a deep half, depending on the formation. But basically, this is what the defense looks like. And what you're going to see is when you stack the A gap like this, a lot of times you'll get this really, really good send four, as you see right there. We're able to get pressure. And so what this is going to do, and this is why I like this defense, you can do a lot out of the 7-4. So you don't have to just play man. Like, let's say you want to play zone coverage. I believe it's best ran if you use the safety, all right? So what I like to do, is we could do something like this and play a send four defense that looks kind of like this, basically. And what you'll see is this looks, pretty basic cover three shell, but the send four, because you're stacking the A gap like that, you see we get that instant pressure every single time. So the beauty of this is going to force a blocked running back. So when they start to block a running back, what I like to do is basically I just don't want to cover the running back, right? So I don't really need to cover the running back because we're anticipating them blocking that. So what I like to do is throw this guy on the left on a flat, and then I'll put my user on some type of coverage assignment. But basically, this is what it looks like. And if they do block a running back, a lot of times this will still come in. He's getting a little bumped over there on the right hand side. Let me put the tight end on like a drag, so you can kind of see without getting bumped. But typically, what happens is if they do block a running back, if you man the running back up with this defensive end, or if you put him on a flat, typically this will still come in. So you see here, running back kind of stays in the middle, and then this edge rush is kind of looping around on that right side. I'll show it to you one more time. We'll see if we can get it to come in, and then we'll talk a little bit about send six when they block a tight end. So you see here, see there it comes in, and pretty nice little send five. This is also going to come in if they send five out. But the beauty of this is you still have the running back covered for a second. The pressure is going to come in pretty quickly. And, again, as long as he doesn't get bumped, he's just going to continue to get bumped. So we're not going to worry too much about it. But let me go to a different formation and I'll just show you. If he doesn't get bumped by that tight end, it's easy pressure. And a lot of the times, that's just going to depend on formation. That's going to depend on what they're actually doing with their tight end. What route is he on? Some of that's out of your control, but you'll see right here, this is a 7-5 block running back, and you see it comes in. So the beauty of this is going to force them to have to block a tight end. And so when they're forced to block a tight end, what we're able to do with our pressure is we can send six. So the way I like to send six is literally just play man. I'm anticipating that they're going to block their tight end, right? So one of the things that I need to do is make sure that I'm using the running back. But essentially, if you run down here enough, you're going to get this edge to loop around, and you're going to get that pressure at the quarterback. So I don't feel like you need to send six a ton, honestly. If they block a tight end, that's it's really hard to play offense without having a tight end on a route. So if they do block a tight end, it's kind of like, a basic send four is really good. So like, let me show you that real quick. So kind of going back to that original thing that we were talking about, I'm going to hook curl both these guys. In this case, we'll do, a defense that looks something like this. And this is predominantly a cover three based defense. But I do think it's really effective. And if they do block a tight end, you'll see here that you're going to get good sheds. And it's really hard to get routes open with a block tight end, in my opinion, when you're able to drop out of it like we're able to in this defense. So you can send six if you want to really, kind of ramp up the pressure aspect of this. What I would also consider doing is, if you know you're going to send six, use the tight end. And the reason why I would say that is because we know they have to block a tight end. If they send the tight end on a route, we're just going to go cover him for a second. They're going to get screamed at every single time. Okay, so we can just go cover that tight end for a quick second, and we know that they're going to get screamed at. Another way that we could basically do this is we could just take the safety and man them up to the running back, depending on the formation. A lot of people like to run this bunch strong type of look here. So if they do something like this, now we know that we are responsible for the tight end if he does go on a route, but we're anticipating that they're going to block him. And as you see, we're able to get that pressure. So the beauty of this defense is you're able to get pressure from a lot of different mechanisms. And I think this mug look right here, this like everybody on the A gap type of look, it really makes this Sen 4, I think, the best Sen 4 in the game. Because you can get pressure from either edge out of this, and it's pretty much instantaneous. So I love this defense. I think this is probably the best way. If you don't play man coverage, this is probably the best way to do it post patch.